Welcome. I'm so grateful to be sharing your precious time and practice with you today. Before we begin, I am simply your guide, here to invite you to join me in meditation, pranayama, and asana. You have full agency here, so you are the experts of your unique bodies and experiences. So I encourage you to listen to and honor your needs. If that means staying in child's pose or shavasana or taking a nap, please do so, practicing ahimsa, care, and satya, truth. I will do my best to provide variations and ways to support yourself. However, I recommend starting any asana at 50% and working your way up to what feels best in your body. And please, please be kind to your minds and bodies during this practice, remembering everything that we practice here is transferable to our daily lives, which of course is the purpose of yoga. So with that, let us arrive here on our mats, finding your most comfortable position. I'm in seated Sukhasana. And when you're comfortable and at ease, and you feel safe, I invite you to close your eyes or find a soft gaze. In the spirit of ahimsa, care, non-harm, compassion, taking a generous inhale and exhaling gratitude for the stolen land you live, work, and play on, acknowledging the original caretakers of this land and how you can show up in the world to ensure that colonization, oppression, and violence does not repeat itself. In the spirit of asteya, non-stealing or abundance, taking a generous inhale, exhaling gratitude for the origins and teachers of India who passed down this knowledge and sacred teachings so I may learn them and share them with you today, and we may all benefit from them. And lastly, in the spirit of Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender and service to something bigger, taking a generous inhale and exhaling gratitude for yourself, for showing up for your mind, body, and spirit today, to strengthen your peace and compassion so you may share that in the world. And we will begin our practice with the sound of Om, the primordial sound of which all creation emerged from, bringing our hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, inhaling, exhaling for ourselves. Inhale for Om. Just noticing how that vibration feels in your body. At this moment, you're welcome to set an intention for your practice. So if there is something that you've been hoping to cultivate in your day-to-day life, feel free to bring that in. And I invite you to start rubbing your hands together, creating new energy, the energy of that intention. And when that feels good, placing your hands on your heart, affirming that intention. When you're ready, you can release your hands onto your knees, facing up to receive or facing down to ground. And we're going to start with some pranayama. So we can use this throughout our, once you start moving, we can always come back to our breath. So we're going to do Ujjayi Breath, which is also known as ocean breath or victorious breath. And if you're not familiar with it, we can start with holding our hands out like a mirror. And we're going to inhale and exhale into it as if we're trying to create fog. So creating a sound of a wave or sigh. We're going to try it with our mouths closed. Continuing to breathe here. Arms rise. Exhale, lower to heart. Inhale, rise to the sky. Exhale, hands release, planting our seeds of our intention into the earth. And we'll cycle through this movement a few rounds using our Ujjayi breath at your own pace. Waves are a representation of the highs and lows in life, the cyclical nature of life. We can observe these cycles externally as seasons or moon cycles, or we can observe these cycles internally as patterns of thoughts and behaviors. And finding stillness again, inhaling, embrace this moment, exhaling, embrace this life. Now I'd like to invite you to gently guide your legs out using your hands, creating your version of a straddle. Grab your blocks because you're going to rest here. And we're going to come into a forward fold. You can rest your forehead on your block, or you can go all the way down without blocks, whatever feels good in your body. So forward folds are great for bringing attention to our inner worlds, as well as soothing the nervous system, which is what dictates how we feel and operate in the world. It also is a great stretch for our hamstrings, inner thighs, and back. Resting here, using your breath, Ujjayi breath. Sending the breath to our bellies, nourishing our bodies. Sometimes in life we forget to breathe. We forget what a gift our breath really is. So when and if that happens, in a pose, an asana, I encourage you to try not to judge and just come back to your breath with kindness. Gently release, walk yourself up, sitting. Move the blocks away. And we're going to move in some twists. So inhaling, hands rise. Exhaling, twist to your left, planting your seeds of intention into the earth. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to your right. Moving through a few cycles of this, using your Ujjayi breath. You can practice experimenting with Mudra if you'd like. You can create Padma Mudra, Lotus Mudra, by bringing the thumbs and pinkies together and blossoming open your lotus flower. The lotus flower reminds us that there is always beauty, growth, and light that comes with growing through our most difficult challenges and darkness. We're also creating some fire in our core, our solar plexus, Manipura chakra, which is the energy center for inner confidence and willpower, and finding stillness at center again. You can bring your legs towards each other, creating a curve in your spine, gently lowering down onto the mat to protect your back. Stretching out wide in a star. Sending out all that energy that we created in our core outwards. Reconnecting with the present. Maybe coming back to your intention. Noticing how this feels in your body. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees towards your chest for a hug. Rocking side to side for a little back massage. If you'd like, you can come into happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana, by grabbing the outsides of your bottoms of your feet. Opening your heart to the sky, getting a stretch in your hips. You can rock side to side, have fun with it. And bringing the knees together and lower our soles to the ground. And we're going to come into a bridge, Setu Bandha Sharvangasana. You can grab a block and place it under your sit bone. Or you can shoot your pelvis right up and stay there. Or if you'd like to get a nice heart opening, you can interlace your hands underneath, bringing the shoulder blades together. And we're going to rest here for some breaths using our Ujjayi Breath. And if you'd like, you can try contracting your pelvic floor muscles, your core muscles, and lowering your chin to chest. You can try one or all or none. What we're doing here is creating locks called bandhas, which help us circulate our prana, life force energy. Three more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, gently lower yourself back down to the mat, creating a curve in your spine to protect your back. Hug the knees in again if you'd like. And we're going to meet in tabletop. Finding some cat and cows, using your Ujjayi Breath again at your own pace. Inhaling for Balasana. Exhaling for Asana. neutral spine, curling the toes under, lifting the hips to the sky, heart facing the earth with gratitude. Pedaling out the feet or doing any movement that feels good for you. And gently hop or step forward for a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Think about all the energy that you wish to release that's no longer serving you, shooting down through the earth so it may decay and decompose. And then allowing that energy and the earth to support you to transmute that energy and regenerate it into the energy that you wish to bring into your life. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And slowly on inhale, coming to rise, vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing that new energy, that transmuted energy, come through the legs, the core, the heart, the throat, the eyes, the crown of the head. Finding your stable mountain pose, Tadasana. Reconnecting to the present, reconnecting to your intention. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, lower through the heart. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, step back into your plank. Exhale, knees chest chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, curl toes, hips rise to the sky. Heart facing the earth with gratitude, finding your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bringing it through to our core and between our hands. Doesn't have to be graceful. However you get there, you get there. We can use our blocks to support us as we come into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Finding that heart opening. Shifting the weight into our front leg. And bringing that back leg up straight, flexing the toes, finding your drishti, your focused gaze. And if you feel balance, you can bring your arms out front. Or you can find Anjali Mudra. From here, we're going to transition into Vrikshasana, tree pose. You don't have to go from this pose. You can get out and you can take your tree pose by resting your foot on your ankle, or you can use your hand to bring it inside to your leg, or you can do this lying down if you want to stay rooted and connected to the earth. Bringing that leg in and hands stretch above the head. So, rooting in through the right foot, finding our version of tree. Hands rise, finding our drishti, breathing, exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands through heart, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, Bhujangasana, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, curling the toes under. You can come into tabletop and then push up. And we're going to do our left leg. So inhale, lift the left leg, bringing it through our core, finding it planted, using our blocks if that was helpful. Reminder that using and asking for support is a courageous act of self-compassion. So please use your support as you see fit. Putting the weight into our front leg as we rise, our back, flexing our foot, finding our drishti, and coming into Virabhajasana 3. Inhale, find your tree, rooting in through the left foot. Hands above, sending gratitude to the heavens. And exhale, release. Moving the blocks. We're going to find tabletop again. Creating some more cat and cows. Using our Ujjayi Breath. Finding a neutral spine. We'll inhale our right leg back straight. Placing it, crossing it over the left foot. And gazing back to your left. Gazing to your tailbone, finding a nice stretch through the side. You can find some cat and cows in here. Meeting back in center. Inhaling our left leg back, crossing over our right ankle, looking over our shoulder to our tailbone, finding some cat and cows. And coming back to center. Meet you on our backs in Shavasana. Remembering to create that curve like you do when you're in Marjaryasana, cat. So you're protecting your spine as you lower back down. Finding another hug with your knees. Holding your right leg, releasing the left to the mat. Using that left hand to guide your right knee. Finding your twist, extending the right arm and gazing. Reconnecting with that breath. Do the same on the other side. Bringing that left knee in, extending the right, and twisting to our right, gazing over to the left. Reconnecting with your breath, the present moment, your intention. Coming back to center. You can windshield wipe your knees, do any movement you feel you need before you rest in your final Shavasana, also known as corpse or death pose, representing again the cyclical nature of life, how everything is death and rebirth. Yoga is a preparation for death. Finding your Shavasana. What we practiced today was embodying the cycles of life, the ups and downs, the waves, embodying the fluidity of the water element and the stability of earth element. Contemplating how we can bring the lessons we see all in nature into our lives to bring more fluidity and groundedness into our lives. You can stay in your Shavasana, or when you're ready, you can roll over to your favorite side and sit yourself up into Sukhasana, seated pose. And I want to read something from Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Marie Brown, just to come back to the idea of the cycles in life and what they're here to teach us. Transformation doesn't happen in a linear way, at least not one way we can always track. It happens in cycles, convergences, explosions. If we release the framework of failure, we can realize that we are in iterative cycles, and we can keep asking ourselves, how do I learn from this? So we will close our practice with the sound of Om, finding our hands in Anjali Mudra, and inhale and exhale for ourselves. Inhale for Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhuvantu. May all beings everywhere be free of suffering. May they be happy and free. And may my thoughts, words, and actions contribute to that in some way. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Om Shakti Shakti Shakti. Om Power Power Power. Thank you.